The camera that doesn't record the present, the security camera in my shop, doesn't show what's happening now. It shows what happens 10 minutes later. I didn't believe it at first. I only noticed it because of a glitch. At least, I thought it was a glitch. I run a small convenience store. Nothing fancy. Just snacks, drinks, late-night customers who don't say much. A few weeks ago, the old CCTV system started acting weird. The monitor behind the counter would occasionally freeze, then skip ahead. One night, around 2:20 a.m., I looked up at the screen and saw something strange. The store was empty. That wasn't strange. What was strange was me. On the screen, I was standing behind the counter, but I wasn't doing what I was doing in real life. In reality, I was scrolling on my phone. On the screen, I was staring directly at the camera, not blinking, not moving, just watching. A cold feeling crept up my spine. I slowly looked up from my phone. The monitor still showed me, standing there, staring, but I wasn't doing that. I waved my hand in front of my face. In real life, nothing changed on the screen. The version of me in the footage didn't react. That's when I checked the timestamp. 2:30 a.m., 10 minutes ahead. I laughed nervously. Okay, delay issue, that's all. But something about the way I looked in the footage, it wasn't normal. It didn't feel like a delay. It felt like I was watching something that hadn't happened yet. I kept staring at the screen, and then the door opened. In the footage, the bell above the door rang, but in real life the door stayed shut. No sound, no movement. My heart started pounding. Someone walked into the store. Tall, wearing a hoodie, face hidden. The version of me behind the counter didn't react, just kept staring at the camera. The figure walked slowly down the aisle, then stopped, turned, and looked straight into the camera. Even though their face was shadowed, I knew they were smiling. I spun around in real life. The store was empty, no one there, door closed. Light steady, but on the screen, the figure started walking toward the counter, toward me, step by step, slow, deliberate. I backed away from the monitor. My chest felt tight. This isn't real, I whispered it, but it didn't help. On the screen, the figure reached the counter, leaned in slightly, and then it spoke. No sound came from the monitor, but I could read the lips. Clear as day, you have 10 minutes. I stared at the timestamp again, 2:21 a.m., 9 minutes left. My hand started shaking. I grabbed my phone. Called my friend, no signal of course. I ran to the door. Locked, wouldn't open. I pulled harder, nothing. Like something on the other side was holding it shut. I looked back at the monitor. The figure was still there. But now it wasn't looking at the camera. It was looking at me, through the screen, watching me panic, watching me run, watching everything. Then it did something that made my blood freeze. It reached forward and tapped the inside of the camera lens. I stumbled back. No. No. The timestamp changed. 2:23 a.m., 7 minutes. I turned off the monitor. The screen went black. Silence filled the store. For a moment, I felt relief. Then ding, the bell above the real door rang. I slowly turned my head. The door was open. And someone was standing there. Tall, hooded, face hidden, exactly like in the footage. I backed away slowly. No, you're early, the figure tilted its head, then stepped inside. The door closed behind it. The lock clicked by itself. I ran behind the counter, grabbing anything I could, scissors, a bottle, anything. Stay back, I shouted. My voice echoed too loudly in the empty store. The figure didn't stop, just kept walking. Step, step, step. Then it spoke, and the voice was mine. You saw it already. My grip tightened. What do you want? It didn't answer, it just smiled. I couldn't see its face, but I knew I just knew. I glanced at the monitor again. It had turned itself back on. The screen flickered, and now it showed something new, not 10 minutes ahead. Not the future, but now, real time, and on the screen I saw myself, standing behind the counter, frozen, terrified. And behind me, the hooded figure, closer than it should have been, reaching out. I turned around. Nothing, no one behind me. I looked back at the screen. The figure was still there, hand inches from my shoulder, slowly reaching, and then I understood. The camera wasn't broken. It wasn't showing the future. It was showing what I couldn't see. The screen glitched, the image distorted. And for a split second, the hood fell back, and I saw its face. My face, smiling, then something touched my shoulder. Cold, real, right behind me. And a voice whispered into my ear, "Now you're on the recording."